Well, I'm certainly glad to be back under better weather circumstances, as evident by the weather cam behind me over downtown Sagersville. Wow, what a difference 24 hours can make, and the good news is we've got another way more than 24 hours of it ahead. Summer is definitely in your forecast. It's all over it. A lot of dry sunshine filled days ahead and some shower chances at the end of it that I'll tell you about the timing of which in just a few moments. But wow, a lot of storms, the last 4 now at least, but we've been inundated with storms throughout all of Kentucky relentlessly. And I've got some video. If you haven't seen it yet, if you have, it's worth watching again because it's just miraculous. As we saw, of course, storms really for about a 3-day period and up through yesterday as well. Just hammer parts of Kentucky, and one of Kentucky's marinas, oh man, it just blew apart and narrowly misses a group of boaters who are just trying to beat the storm off the water. And I've got the video from you. It was some really high resolution video from a security camera at that facility. And man, it just tells you, reminds you that you just never know where it's going to be safe from storms like this. Fortunately, they all escaped, and I don't know of any serious injuries. We'll get to all the weather-related news in just a few seconds. We'll talk about e-cigarettes now for sale as of today in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, and we'll cover some other items that were also discussed in their recent regular board meeting. And I've got also an arson investigation open here in McGoffin County that local authorities have asked me to inform you of so that you could maybe help them with their investigation. With that said, let's go ahead and begin with the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center Jail Authority Board meeting. We'll go back and cover a few of the portions of, and I'm still kind of dealing with whatever this is, but a few portions of the meeting and how it pertains to today's first day of sales of e-cigarettes. In all, they discussed not just those sales, but they also discussed their newly implemented and installed body scanners, a few minor issues with that scenario. There were also several important votes that were taken throughout the meeting on that scanner and on other employee situations and more. It began actually early on with the discussion of e-cigarettes by a representative of a company which was actually formed by a Kentucky jailer who designed the e-cigarette, which is now being offered for sale in several institutions. Among several different presentations from a variety of vendors for services utilized by the jail was one presentation from the Crossbar Company for the sale of e-cigarettes within the facility of the Big Sandy Jail. These particular e-cigarettes are not the same as your typical off-the-shelf in regular cigarette or other stores. These are said to be sealed and tamper-resistant, or at least able to tell if they have been tampered with. They also emit smaller amounts of the vapor when exhaled for obvious safety reasons in closed environments. These e-cigarettes, which were presented to the board, were actually designed by a Kentucky jailer, with the company's representative saying that they will generate thousands of dollars each month to the jail and can be tracked or attached to each inmate.
A little over $6,000 a month, just a rough estimate on what you could generate. We have ways of keeping up with the unit, so if you think in your head, you're like, well, you don't want an inmate to have this thing just walk around, pass around. You guys use Jail Tracker for your software. We just recently worked out a deal with them, and they're going to roll out an e-cig tab for us at their next Jail Tracker conference. We're actually going to be there. So within Jail Tracker, you're going to be able to pull up the inmate, scan the barcode that's located on there, and it will attach to the inmate automatically. So it's going to be assigned to, I'll sign this to you, and then whenever I get ready to take it back up, we have policy I can give you, we have a medical release, but it tells you to make them turn one in to give one. So you just scan that in, he gets it. When they're done, they have to turn it back in and get a new one.
And another reason, says the company, to implement the sales of e-cigarettes is the greatly reduced frequency of inmates trying to smuggle tobacco products into the detention centers. The jail voted to approve the sale of e-cigarettes. They set the price at $12 per unit and actually began sales earlier today. And I expect that the jail will have some numbers representing the success or not of those sales at their next monthly meeting, but I can tell you that I spoke with a person today, a relative of an inmate that they were seeing, who said it appeared as though the new e-cigarettes were quite popular with inmates on just their first day. Several other discussions centered around the new body scanners, which have been in the jail for about 2 months now, one coming from an employee voicing concern of the fact that employees' scans are, as the system is currently set up, saved on a hard drive or on a computer, if you will, for someone to pull up at a later date. And that brought up the discussion of the need to scan employees every time they enter and leave the jail, whether it be coming on shift, leaving shift, breaks, or etc., with Tony Allen of Magoffin County motioning to rather randomly scan employees from this point further. That came to a vote and passed 7-1, with the board satisfied with the scanners in the first 60 days and the effect they have had on contraband.
How many employees?
Employees, I've had one employee under investigation for possible contraband.
Okay.
So
From the scanner?
No, before the scanner was in place.
So you've never seen an employee in the scanner bring something in?
No, because they know they're going to be scanned.
Well, people don't scanners in this.
You can't
But
treat
if we
your-
done-
50% is all this could.
cannot treat your employees like that though, guys. You
50%
can't.
is all this could.
What's the learning curve? And I think that's good for, what are we, 2 months in?
Yeah.
60 days in, you know, and as we set, just like the bottom of the feet and in between the toes
Yeah,
or
you
what
wanna-
have you,
you wanna find
you know,
out.
we're learning. So if we've reduced contraband 50% in 60 days prior to what it would be 60 days before the scanner, I think we've done well. And, you know, and as we learn the tricks and everything, that I think it'll get better.
Well, I do too, because I think when the words come out there, they come to scanner, you're gonna go through a scanner.
That's right. And if you know you have to scan every day, they got the word.
There was also a motion and an approval by a vote of 5-3 to purchase uniforms for all employees in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, I think with the exception of the secretaries who do not go into routinely the prison populated area. That once again was approved by a vote of 5-3. I'll be right back with your next headline. If you haven't stopped by the seasonal shop lately, you're missing out. They've got new arrivals weekly and great deals every day, and the entire store has a fresh new look. Summer's here and the seasonal shop is ready for fun, sun, and the cutest clothes. They've got outfits for any special occasion you might have on your calendar or casual outfits for any day of the week. So come in and let them help you select the perfect outfit, and don't forget the jewelry. They've got a large selection of some of the most unique jewelry in the area, and they've got everything you need for your pool or beach days with bright, beautiful cover-ups and caftans, sunglasses, towels, and hats. And new patchwork Kentucky hats with a heart over Sagersville are the perfect way to keep the sun off your face at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there. At Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by for huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes. All fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event. At your Sagersville IGA, where it's a new day, place,
and way to shop.
Some good and bad in the weather department in just a few moments, and the bad, fortunately, not as bad as what it could be. Just that miraculous video that I have to share with you. But first, I spoke with a representative of the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department today who asked us to pass along some information and details on a situation that, to be honest, had escaped my desk, and it happened a little more than 2 weeks ago now, as there is an ongoing arson investigation into the attempted arson, even though there was a fire which was set, it did not reach its full potential, but of a rental property that sits on Route 7. This was just a little more than 2 weeks ago when authorities say someone at some point inside the residence intentionally set fire to it with what appear to be plans on destroying the structure. They're hoping that someone out there may have seen or know something. This report actually goes back to the morning of Monday, June the 10th, a couple of weeks ago now, I have learned, in which the residents of this rental property, which sits on Route 7 on the opposite side and near to Harper's Garage, reportedly came home at around 10:30 that morning or so and notified authorities after finding smoke that had apparently, or the remnants of smoke that had come from the door on the garage or carport area, and opening the door and finding damages inside, they called the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. It turns out as though someone had pulled a mattress off the bed and onto the floor into another room. I'm uncertain about its exact location, but at that point had set fire to it. For whatever reason, that fire did not take and basically extinguished itself, and the structure was saved. There was some fire, some smoke damage, as you can well imagine, but the structure, which was intended by, says police, whoever set the blaze, to have been destroyed, still stands. An arson investigator with the Kentucky State Police has been called and is due to arrive in McGoffin County at any time to further the investigation. The scene has been cordoned off by the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department, who says the active investigation is just that, still ongoing. And they're hoping that by alerting the public or someone might be able to give them some information or details about someone being seen in this area on or before the morning of the 11th, possibly during the overnight hours, or at any other time to further their efforts. If you have any information, contact the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department at 349-2914. Next, your calendar announcements. And you know how we like to start off the McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Actually, it's 5th birthday wishes that start off the calendar tonight to Mackenzie Rhodes. Love Mama and Papa, who love you lots. Happy 5th birthday, Mackenzie. Going on to the rest of our calendar for this Tuesday, a reminder of the Celebration of Life event to be held honoring Robin Dale Holbrook and his services to the people of Eastern Kentucky, to be held Wednesday. That is next Wednesday, July the 3rd at 2 o'clock at the Eula Hall Health Center, formerly the Mud Creek Clinic. That's in Grethel. Call 587-2200 if you have any questions about the event or how to get there or anything of that nature. But they would love to see all friends and family and patients, members of the community who would like to spend some time celebrating the life of Robin Holbrook. And a reminder that the 4th of July Kids Bicycle and Tricycle Parade is the Friday of next week, the Friday before the Saturday parade here in McGoffin County. Kids 3 to 12 are asked to bring their tricycles, bicycles, decorate them in 4th of July style to the city park across from City Hall for a parade, all of which get a free prize, I think, and an invitation to be in the 4th of July parade the next day in Sagersville. Don't forget about the special needs summer blowout at North McGoffin Elementary this coming Saturday, the 29th. Noon to 4 at North McGoffin Elementary. Superheroes, fun, bounce houses, train rides, food, and more. Contact Paul Montgomery if you've got any questions, 424-6302. Still plenty of time to let them know you're coming or someone you know or love. And let us know anytime you have a calendar announcement, and we'll put it on the community calendar, brought to you nightly by McGoffin Farm Bureau. You can phone, fax, email, Facebook, drop them off here at the Your News Today and Sagersville Independent offices. Any way you so choose, we'll tell everyone about them. One funeral service announcement this evening, and it comes in honor and a reminder of services to be held tomorrow for 87-year-old Pauline May Lovely of Bloomington, who passed away this week. Preceded in death by her husband Ed, she survived by her daughters, Edwina Thomas and Linda Gail Montgomery. Visitation is going to be the rest of this evening, and prior to tomorrow's services, they begin at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
On average, men live 4 to 5 years less than women, and men are 71%, or 12% more than women, at risk of obesity, and women are 100% more likely than men to visit the doctor for annual exams and preventable services. Guys, if something doesn't look or feel right with your body or mind, look to the professionals at Hope Family Medical Center who want to help you live a longer, healthier, happier life. From mental and physical health to your diet, prescriptions, physical activity, and more, Hope can help with all of it. That's Hope Family Medical Center in Sagersville. Of course, you can always get guaranteed great deals this time of year on mowers and weed eaters and blowers, but right now at Parkway Gun and Pawn, they've also got an incredible selection of hand and power tools, guitars, and musical instruments just in, new and used, long and handguns, and ammunition and more, with no pawn limits and cash today on anything you want to sell or pawn. Parkway Gun and Pawn.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Yesterday was another stormy one. Several calls of downed trees, power lines here in McGoffin County. No serious property damage or injuries that I am aware of. Other eastern Kentucky counties also reporting multiple damages. Breathitt County, the list goes on. And eastern Kentucky has not been the only portion of the Commonwealth included in what's been a series of mesoscale convective systems that tracked across the eastern part of the Commonwealth and elsewhere, the 21st and the 23rd and the 24th, damaging winds and gusts, at least 3 rounds of storms where many power outages and a lot of downed trees have been reported. And the event just yesterday saw many trees landing on homes and other structures. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported, and when you see this, it is by the grace of God that no injuries or worse happened after there were several tornadoes that actually touched down in different portions of western Kentucky over the course of the latter half of the weekend. In this particular instance, it's all caught on video. A portion of a dock at a marina was completely destroyed. The Moores Resort and Marina in Marshall County, Kentucky, at around 5 o'clock on Sunday, was where these folks narrowly escaped this. Somehow, and I mean this is just unbelievable to watch, but somehow these boaters escaped injury, or worse, as a part of the dock's structure, the roof, was blown and ripped apart and just thrown only feet from them as they were trying to beat the storm off the water. Here in just a matter of seconds, it will go from stormy to dangerous. You can see the debris start to pick up. You can see some pieces of the roof start to move and blow about and be torn apart. And then with a matter of seconds, and while they're still trying to get off the boat and get off the dock, it all comes apart and just completely is destroyed. Feet away from these family and friends. Just unbelievable. There was also damages from tornadoes in other counties. Carlisle, McCracken, Ballard, down around Bowling Green, in Allen County. Several tornadoes confirmed. 95 to 110 mile an hour winds like this one. And so far, no reports of serious injuries, but definitely some close calls. Now on to your local forecast, which has nothing like that in store. Well, the answer is even a bit better than it was yesterday, and that was good news. We have some nice weather in store. Check out the trend. We are going to knock 10 degrees off tonight's low down to about 56 from about 66 last night. We'll also see some patchy fog after 2 in the a.m., but mostly clear skies and that 56 degrees, a west wind becoming calm the rest of the evening. Tomorrow, that fog lingering to about 8, otherwise sunny. 87 for your Tuesday. Tomorrow night's low will pick up about another 4 or 5 degrees. Under continued mostly clear skies, the trend continues with a little early morning fog. Thursday, temperatures climbing to 88, more sunshine, mostly clear skies. A start to finish. Beautiful, beautiful, and it's time. Friday, warmer still at 89, warmer still at night at 67. No fog, just sunshine and partly cloudy skies on your Friday evening. And as I said yesterday, that's when shower chances make a return, but not like what we have been living under. Saturday, mostly sunny and a 20% chance of showers. We're talking a relatively slight chance after the heat warms up, to about 88 or so in the afternoon, 1 or 2. A little bit of instability, showers and thunderstorm chances continuing the rest of the afternoon. And that's the trend from there on. Sunday, the same. Mid-80s, mostly sunny, 20% threat. Monday, mid-80s, mostly sunny, 30%. And, an increasing 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms by the time Tuesday rolls around. But we're still talking about mostly sunny and the upper 80s. Summer may have finally arrived to stay. And that's going to do it for, yes, what indeed is going to be the remainder of a beautiful Tuesday evening. Still a lot of week and a lot of news to come. See you back here tomorrow night.